We should have, it should be coming alive. There now, it's awake. So, oh, there's already quite a few people here. We are outside Karl's house and we're gonna drive down to part of Selje and then talk and drink and drive down some more. You can tell them, okay? But I'll show you where we're going.
Yep.
Happy Lille Julaften. Do you want to tell them what, well, you can tell them where we're going first.
Time to read that.
No, I'll catch up on the chat when we get down there. We're actually not that far away. Hope the motor isn't too loud. Want to go left or right, Karl?
It doesn't matter at this point.
Which way do you think is more fun? We'll go left. Okay.
Struggling with finding the American definition of fun.
No, you... Okay, anyway.
So, this is small town Norway, dressed for Christmas.
Really... Oops, sorry, there we go. A really small town Norway.
And we got the perfect weather for it.
It's only -2 degrees, so it's like almost 0 Fahrenheit.
We have to send from here sometime in the summer because
Sorry, 32.
Well, I'm local, so I'm kind of biased, but this area is actually quite spectacular. It's hard to see that right now.
Can you see that going up the hill there? Up the mountain, there's like some lights that go up the mountain. It is here. You can explain what that is.
I believe it is to help people who want to go to the top of the lowest mountain and you just can't go to the top of the lowest mountain. So it's stairs with light poles at certain differences, certain distances.
At the top is a, I don't know if you can see it, it's a Christmas tree up there. There's a car coming, so I have to move now. But of course, I haven't been up there yet, but your sister goes up there quite a bit.
Yeah, but she also goes in the mountain like a normal person.
Oh, but we're not normal. We don't do that. We like to sit behind a computer.
Yeah, but there is kind of...
Let's see. I just have to zoom out. There we go.
There is something vaguely embarrassing about walking stairs up a mountain.
Well, yeah, that's not quite the Norwegian way to do it, but let's just say us on the plump side of things would appreciate the stairs. And frequent... Do they have coffee in cafe on the way up?
No, unless you arrange that yourself. I don't think anybody would give you coffee on your way up.
Oh, okay. Anyway, but it's supposed to be a spectacular view up there, and then you can see out over the fjord where we have filmed before.
Yeah, maybe in the summer we can go up there and show the view. I don't think I will be using the stairs though, but...
No. But now there's like no lights ahead of us after a certain point because that's water. That's ocean. But here's where we're going, right downtown. We've been here before, but we'll drive around old part of Selje before we stop and talk a little needle-binding and things. Oops, sorry, he's waiting for me. In Norway, you have to yield to the right. If there is no yield sign, no stop sign, the one on the right has the right of way. You have to just stop. So if it's a two-way, yeah. In the United States, you always have to yield to the right. But in Norway, you can always go, but we have stop signs everywhere. But here they don't. They just, oops, I have to go, yeah, no, I can go this way. It's one way. Okay. Oh, sure enough, this guy behind me is going this way too. So I have to go a little further.
So this is... this place is kind of unique. Centrum is on a peninsula that stretches into the water. So now we have the North Atlantic both right in front of us and on both sides.
We can go outside a little bit here. So they don't have to listen to the motor, but... Okay, and then we'll see what they say on chat. There we go. We can go outside here. It's only, yeah, it's almost like, would it be like 30 degrees? If 32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 Celsius, then it's -2. It's actually really nice. Not even blowing. Look at this scarf, isn't going anywhere. It's just still. Okay. Still waiting for the bus taxi. Ah, everyone's on their way to Christmas now. So yeah, it's Lille Julaften here. Lille Julaften is Little Christmas Eve translated directly. There's like a little echo here. You'd swear we were indoors. There, you can say hi again. Yeah, no, so Lille Julaften, Little Christmas Eve. I'm gonna have to have Karl explain that one because I've never heard of Little Christmas Eve before I came to Norway, and I don't even know if I heard about that when I was in Sweden for a short period of time. Do you want to explain? We can have the lights in the background. It says Merry Christmas.
It isn't really that much to explain. It's just what I call the day before Christmas.
The day before Christmas?
The day before Christmas.
The day before. Yeah, but Christmas Eve is Christmas, is Julaften.
Yes.
And that's the day. There you are. I can find you now. And that's Christmas Eve. You don't have anything to explain about it? I was reading. I had to read because I never heard of Lille Julaften. We have Christmas Eve and we have Christmas Day. Christmas Day is more or less the big one in the United States, or at least for my family. And if you... Christmas Eve, sometimes you... My family... open one present, go to church in the evening, midnight mass. That's when they have all the candles out. It's really cool, and you celebrate going into Christmas Day, and then Christmas Day you run around visiting family members and opening presents, or Christmas Day morning you have presents if you're a kid and you come running down the steps. I'm gonna find Karl, he can't hide. But as we got older, then we would open our family's presents, immediate family's presents on Christmas Eve. And then you'd spend Christmas Day visiting the grandparents, etc., and opening presents there as well, to kind of spread it up a bit. But what the heck is Little Christmas Eve? Because as I'm looking, you keep hiding from me. It's funny.
I haven't moved, woman. It's you can't handle your camera.
No, this is true. So I had to read. Apparently, you have a whole day set aside to washing and cleaning the house, making peppercorn, baking cookies, doing what other? Listening to Christmas carols, decorating the tree.
No, most Norwegians don't think like that.
No?
Lille Julaften is just another word for December 23rd.
It's so boring.
That's
what about the? You have to tell me about the Sjursmesse thing that I read online.
Yes, but you are the one who read it online.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't.
I thought your historical butt would know something about that because it kind of delved into the great. It had Sigurd, the first archbishop.
Yeah, then you're back in Viking Age. But
yeah.
This is myths that were constructed after the Viking Age, so I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, okay.
I saw there was some kind of reference to a deal with the devil, which is typical for Norwegian archbishops, by the way.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so here we'll stare at Christmas sign over there. Merry Christmas. That's what's God Jul. And catch up on chat and see who's here. We were supposed to make Christmas cookies today, but we've had a bit of a week. So we're supposed to be here yesterday. We got here literally an hour and a half ago. Yeah. So I seem to like the word literally today. But anyway, so we're going to do I think we'll spend this week making the Christmas cookies. So if you have a recipe you want us to try, and we can find the ingredients. I'm saying lots of things wrong today. Audra's here. She's -2 in Trondheim too, so she's having really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of snow. Beautiful drive here, by the way.
My plan is to try one of your bears today.
You want to go get it?
I also found an Estonian bear. So I want to see if it is just you guys or if all of those little countries have cracked the bear code, so to speak.
Are you insulting the little countries now?
No, that would be a very good compliment.
Are you insulting?
It kind of depends. It might be that the Estonians completely screwed the pooch, but we'll see.
Okay, let's see who else is here. And this is like the one road in downtown Selje, and it goes around the corner. We can walk down a bit though, and then you can explain a bit here. Tell your stories of childhood and walking around to the candy shop. Albert's here. He's in Dala, Norway, visiting family too, I guess. Waiting at the bus stop though. Garcia's here in Holland. She's got, oh my God, +12. Everyone's having beautiful weather. Waiting for the bus home from the last shopping before Christmas. We went Christmas shopping in Sogndal. Yeah. Really good deals if you could find what you're looking for, because it was really picked apart apparently. But pretty much all of Sogndal was there, and it's a confusing mall. Yeah, you think? I don't know. You didn't think it was.
I knew half of it by heart because I kind of doubled the size of it since I was there last. But
you could go into one store. First, you have to walk around this area to get to the other side around, and then you get to the other one. You go into the store, and there's like 3 exits, and if you go out the wrong exit, you don't know where the fuck you are.
You can think of it as a triangle that is connected
to a
square.
There's 3 stores like that.
And some of the stores you can walk across the triangle.
Yeah. Like 3 of them, I think you can do that.
2.
And one of them,
and Ark.
You have to like go through the sporting goods store to get to another section of the mall.
It helps if you see it as a map, because it is
I see it in a map. It'll be easier. Okay, we'll turn around here and look. our local way of saying says. Dala is another way of saying Brumunddal. That's over by Hamar. It's another way of saying Dala, he says. Let's see. Oh, we got lots of people here. Raymond is here, 36. Oh my God, he's like the bacon in the sun for Christmas today. He's in Australia, upside down, so they do things differently down there. No, a bit colder now where he is, near 1 a.m. Yep, he's going to have to stay up late. I think in 7 days we have, when is next Saturday? Is that Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve? No.
Next Sunday is New Year's Eve.
Next Sunday, so then the day before New Year's Eve.
Christmas Eve, and then 1 week after that.
So he can still be in the same time zone as us for one. I mean the same year as us this time. Susan's here from San Diego. She's got good weather too. Max is here. Max, I brought some needle binding, but I forgot my needle. Did you take a look at the Danish stitches? There's Danish, double Danish, and the Emma's single Danish thing. To try for something loopy to see how that would work. If you thumb tension.
A single Danish person would have to be pretty loopy because it's very easy to get.
No, she was gonna.
The Danish person.
Butthead. No, she wanted to, or Max wanted to make something for summer anyway, and was thinking. So if you want to go for something lacy, you could try one of the Danish stitches.
Single Danish person is probably also pretty lazy.
He's so proud of himself over there. Okay. Let's see, we'll get more. We'll walk down a little bit. Which maybe actually we'll walk back and then walk down. There. No, we don't want to look at me because then I have to do this to read. There we go. There. Okay, we'll walk this way and then we'll turn around and walk back. Let's see, who else is here? Amro is here from Belgium. I saw she was translating Christmas patterns on the Maria Hill's Advent calendar. There's 3 of them out now. One of them is the scarf. I brought it with because if you understand crochet patterns and knitting patterns, that will be quite easy to figure out, especially a crochet pattern. But if you don't understand crochet patterns, that can be quite confusing. So just in case anyone's confusing, I will show you the shawl.
Confused.
Yeah, the way that I made the shawl. So you'll see. Okay. Which stitch did I use for the Nalbinding calendar shawl? I used Oslo. You can use anything you want. I used Oslo, which is Finnish 1+1. F1. Let's see. Susan Youngman is here, 10. Oh, wow. And rainy. Oh, no. Susan got the crap weather for Christmas. Stina Reitan is here. We're in Selje. Stina, are you? She says, you have to go up that mountain with me. There's a cabin up there and it's open to the public. That's the one way up there. I think I would be out of breath.
They built a cabin too on a mountain that you could walk up in 45 minutes without stairs.
I want to be helicopter dropped. Kaya's here from Tregda. That's Karl's sister. Hi, Kaya. God jul. Lyra is here. Lyra finished her stash busting. I'm so impressed. From Kansas, she's got foggy AF. We all know what that means. But hopefully it'll clear up a little bit. And she has a murder of crows in her yard eating some treats I left for them. Your father likes to feed the birds too. Yeah. The seagulls.
Mostly the seagulls, and the bigger the better.
And really expensive dog food. They eat well. Let's see, I think my camera's a little crooked. Switch it, there we go. Maybe that made it better, maybe it made it worse. Coop is like Joker in Selje, the one-stop shopping district. Yeah. Let's see, Coop is, of course, it means co-op. And anyway, PJ's here as well, working on her book instead of knitting. Here, see, I know, you can do this. Kiwi's here, God jul from Bergen. Arlene is here in Winnipeg. She's got good weather too. Stopped making appetizers to join us all. And we didn't even get to make her cookies. Karen Oker's here from Minnesota. Brown Christmas. No, you need snow. It's starting to snow a little bit now. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. Lovely seeing the Christmas lights, says Lindsay. Lindsay's here, by the way. Let's see. Heidi Lisette is here. God jul. It's Christmas Eve, says Raymond. See, he thinks this little Christmas Eve thing is kind of funny too. But apparently you even have to wash the walls. Drea's here from my hometown of Duluth. There is no snow. This is... What? You can't have Christmas without snow in Duluth, but she says she kind of likes it, so... Damn it. We need snow. So since Christmas is almost here, what stitch am I going to work on? Well, I forgot my damn needle. But I was hoping to show you some of the Danish stitches, Max, but I'm going to have to... We literally arrived an hour and a half ago. We have a very adventurous week to tell you about, which means I'm not sure I can handle that damn mountain, and I don't think Karl can either. We put it to a test. You think you can? But maybe if you have all day to get up there? 45 minutes is what I would need to get up. Oh my God, I think I need 2 days. Andrea Steph is here. Guyul, she's from Holland but living in the United States. So Garcia, you've got a country native there. But it's minus 17 where Andrea is. Holy crap. So White Christmas over there though. PJ has to shoot off at a short notice. Oh yeah, at my sister's for Christmas, and they may be shortly commence playing board games. We're doing board games today. Well, we should talk about those too. Not today, but this week. Arlene says you have way more snow than... we just got a lot of snow, though. They're getting close to a green Christmas. Stina says, I live right next to the road up there. No need to kill ourselves on the stairs. Okay, thank God. And PJ says, no snow here in England either. It's just gray. Okay, then we'll turn around and start walking, and then you can talk about... Okay, what is this cool yellow house, by the way? It has a really interesting sign in the door.
I don't remember what it originally was.
It says Helige Suniva Kloster.
Yes.
Which
it's
means
full
what?
Of monks.
It's full of monks?
Yeah.
So...
I mentioned this before. Sunniva, one of the 3 signs of Norway,
yeah.
died on the Selje island.
Yep.
So, just continue in this direction and you'll get there if you can walk on water.
There, if you stand on this side, they can hear you better. So there you got nuns here?
No.
No, monks.
As I said, it's full of monks. If monks and nuns share a monastery, bad things are going to happen.
Why can't nuns live there, though? Don't they have anything? Why is it only monks? Why do monks get to be so special? Yeah, like a kloster. Yeah, exactly. Kloster is a monastery in Norwegian.
They actually live there, so you should probably not film
Probably not film it. Oh, okay, we're not looking there anymore. Okay, that's this building. I have to walk on the other side of the street so you can see it better. It's too close. Do you know what this one is? Was it a store or is it just a house?
Well, it's part of the Handelslager. It's part of the store.
Yeah?
But the house on top, I'm assuming somebody lives there.
Okay, well, so we won't film that. But there's a store in the bottom here.
You can film it, you just shouldn't film inside the windows.
This is something you see in all the Norwegian houses. Christmas stars. It looks, it's hard to show.
Like the one above my bed.
Yep. But this one's black. Your father's not too impressed with the black one in his window, though. He wants to go back to having a white Christmas star because he says you can't see it during the daylight. So every house has these, and every store, too, apparently. What's this? Show me.
Well, the new tourist information, maybe? I don't know.
With the model of the church?
It's a model of the monastery.
Is it a peppercocker, by the way? No, it's cardboard. They cheated. Okay. Then you've got the Frimannsboda, the one drinking establishment in Norway, in Selje. Or do you have more than one? And you can see it's right over the water there.
After the hotel burned down, that's the only one.
So that's the one. So if you need to go out and have a drink, it looks like it's a live and kicking place tonight. I think it's closed. You got lots of apartments and stuff here too. It looks like you could actually... No, there's room for rent, so it's not... Okay. Then you have the building store.
Yeah, that was closed on the 1st of December, so it's no longer open.
No, so you can't build anymore unless you go a long ways away to get your supplies.
Norway.
Norway? Yeah, that's how far away?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Seems to be my answer for everything today, but it's correct in both cases.
Okay, and now this one here.
That would be, there used to be 3 convenience stores. This would be the 3rd one.
This one? Yeah. Or, yeah, this was the first?
Eltvik Åjan.
Uh-huh.
Because...
it's warm enough that the plants can be outside.
Not really, but if you ignore the plants.
I guess. They're not, well, they cost 96 kroner, 126 kroner, 190. And you can actually buy them even when they're closed. You just send a mobile pay over to a certain number and you can get it. I didn't know those could be outside.
I don't think they can.
Oh, well, it's only -2. Okay. And this one here with all the pretty lights?
Just answer that. Scattered bride Minnesota.
Shut up, I'm being entertaining. And then you have this one. Why do you have a gas station on the water?
Because boats use fuel too.
Yeah.
That is the only thing this shop is doing now.
Yeah.
Is selling gas to the boats.
But I think this is kind of fun. You can come in on your boat after spending all day out on the water, fill up with gas. You could get ice cream. You used to be able to get ice cream there, and then when you're all done, you can, if you didn't get enough sun during the day, you can go to the sun studio and get a tan at night.
This is, by the way, also where we have to pick up my sister in about an hour.
Yep, she's coming in by the ferry. The other sister, not Kaya, but Hannah.
And it's an express boat, not a ferry.
Oh, I'm learning. Okay, we're in the way again. You want to walk somewhere else here, or do you want to drive a little bit more? Are you freezing?
I want to drink the...
You want to drink the beer? Okay, we'll go drink the beer. There's a little bit more down there. This building is someone's house, I believe.
That's pensionat.
Summer area?
You can rent rooms for longer or shorter periods.
Ah.
Mostly, I think people that rent for longer periods. So you have people that live there for years.
Yeah. And then I'll turn it. Then we can walk back down the street. So we'll go back to the car. He can get his beer. I'll show you the scarf. I made a scarf, but I did use Oslo. Okay, so I used Oslo Finish 1+1, or it's, one on the front and one on the back. And you can use whatever stitch you want. The reason I went with Oslo, I could have probably done this one in Danish as well, is because it's so fat. I used the fun yarn, which, by the way, I'm hating. But I meant it's like a core wrapped yarn, but for the core stayed on this yarn enough to work. So I'm going to show it outside while you get your beer, Karl. Okay. This one is done. And it's on we'll put it on the dirty car. That'll be nice. It is on Maria Lindhill's calendar already. You could also make a pickle and a Christmas pickle and a Christmas bag for Santa. And I believe there's one more window left. So it's exciting to see what it is. The colors are not showing up what they really are, but there you have it. It's a scarf. The pattern, you can see, if I can get this to stop spinning on me. Oh, now it looks neon. The pattern goes like this, the diamonds. So I might have made a mistake. No, I didn't. Looks like I made a little mistake there, but it doesn't matter. It's close enough anyway. In the grand scheme of things, I didn't notice that till now, but it's possible. I made a mistake. Okay. Anyway, but you can see the gimbal has a mind of its own. It's possessed. There you go. You can see the patterns that go this way. The whole point of this is that, actually I should go back one more here. The whole pattern consists of a repeat of 10 chains and then 5 stitches into the previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 10 chains, 5, and then 10 chains, 5, 10 chains. Where you place the 5 on your next row, you're going to go this way, and then you're going to turn and you're going to go that way. You have to make sure that your 5 joined stitches on the next row are right before or after, so that it makes the pattern. So if you're going this way, you want it to be before, but if you're going this way, they need to be after. And if you keep doing that so that your 5 stitches line up, like this 10 stitch chain here, the 5 stitches are now over the first set of the 5, and then when you come over here, they'd be over the second set, so it kind of moves. But as long as your chains, your 5 stitches into the previous row match up or line up, you will get this pattern. But now the end rows are not going to match because you'll have to stagger them. Let's see if I can turn this here. We'll look up this way while I do this so the gimbal doesn't go spinning again. There we go. So they're going to have to stagger. That means you're going to get these. Sometimes you have a short loop to get it to match, but you do there, and then you get 1, 2, 3. So your 4th one will be there, and 1, 2, 3. So your 4th one will be there. But you'll have these gaps. So sometimes the loop gets really big. Each end loop here is 25 stitches, but here it's going to be more than 25 stitches, and here even more before you connect. But that acts like a fringe. So you can kind of see there how it goes like a fringe. And then this is the end row or the beginning row, depending. So you can, this is my end row, but you could also have your beginning row might look like that or might look like that. So if that makes sense anyway of how the pattern works, it might sound confusing, but it's pretty much chain 10, stitch 5 into the previous row, chain 10, stitch the next 5 into the previous row, and continue. But it is not all 5 into one stitch. It's one each in 5 of stitches. So that, hopefully that clears up a little bit. The other end is actually the same too here. And if your count is wrong on the end here, it doesn't really matter because it's just a loop. So when you wear it, if you find the pattern on Maria's site, Master of Nalbinding, you can find the link in the description, then you'll see when it's on Karl, it's kind of like messed together. So you don't actually get to see how big the loops are. You just notice that there's fringe. And you can also, it kind of scrunches up kind of small too. Look at him in there. Okay, so I'll take the scarf in. Anyway, but PJ, that's a nice and, I mean not PJ, Max, that's a nice and airy one you can try. There we go. That's an airy one you can try for summer anyway, but you can use whatever stitch you want. You can use Dalby, you can use Telemark, you can use whatever. And the density will change. Okay, Karl, what do you have?
No, that's good.
You have Outer's beer. You look so happy in here.
As per usual, they hit the mark.
Yeah?
It's not quite as good as the Berzici,
Let me see.
but
It's very light.
It's a good contender.
It is a mega box though, so you're going to be sharing this with your father. It's huge. Look how it's like a car battery. But
is it 1 liter or 0.75?
I'm going to have to put some light on here. You hold that for a second. And I will find a light and then we can find out. Flashlight.
I will share whatever is left with my father.
He said knowingly, cunningly. 7.3%, was that what it is? Is the 7.3 on the front?
It's 1 liter.
And 1 liter. And then show us the can a little bit rotated so the screen sees it. Okay, pronounce that. I read stripper. What does it say? Sorry, I'll do it this way, then it doesn't glare. Stipperiosy. Us? Stripper. You're drinking stripper beer with a lighthouse on the front.
Yeah, so maybe this word means something like lighthouse then.
No, okay, pronounce it.
Stripperia.
You're also putting an R in there. It's actually S-T-I-P.
Stipperiaus. Yes. Stipperiausias.
Yeah? And this is now one you're going to have to learn the name of because you like it and you're going to have to get some more?
Maybe. The Vinmonopolet seems to have trouble getting this, but
Yeah?
we'll rub them some more and see
Rub
what
them
happens.
some more, yeah? It's Lithuania, by the way, this one, yeah. Okay, then it's too fat to fit in the cup holder, so you're going to just have to hold it. But do you want to, should we drive around the corner? You can look at some more while you talk?
Yeah, and Norway doesn't seem to have a open container law. Hence
No,
why
I
I'm
was going to say, you
sitting-
have to explain that rule.
Hence why I'm sitting in the car drinking this. They do have a drinking in public law. So I'm probably less in trouble drinking in the car than I am if I was walking around outside drinking.
Yeah, I see people do that
Also-
on New Year's Eve, though.
The Minnesotan says it's not cold outside. The Norwegian tend to disagree.
It's like almost zero. It's nothing. Here, you can hold this and then we'll go drive a little bit around the corner. So we don't have to run back and get the car later when your sister's... Oops,
And I
there.
should put more beer in my glass first because I don't want my father to get drunk.
How old is your father?
He is close to 91.
Yep, he'll be 91 in January.
Yeah.
You want to hold this a second so I can drive?
I says, yeah. Let's see, how many arms do I have? So if I squish this between my legs.
I'm sorry, do you need to pour a beer first? Okay, yeah. He needs to pour. Let's see. Okay. Oh, no, I thought I turned it, but I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I just can't find you. No, I didn't turn it. I'm horrible. Bad gimbal skills. There you go. Are you happy now? Okay, you hold this.
Yep.
And then I'll flip it back. We'll go around the corner here. And then I'll catch up some more on Chad. So what do you suppose I did with the car key? Oh, there it is. We have to borrow a car today. Why did we have to borrow a car, Karl?
Because your car basically died.
The motor died. It is a guarantee.
It didn't die completely. It still worked on 2 cylinders, but...
Barely, apparently, according to the
how many
mechanic.
cylinders did it have to begin with?
I don't know. Anyway, let's see, the fan goes high. But it is a guarantee case. But the shop didn't manage to fix it 3 times. So it is their problem now. They have to haul it 6 hours back to Vestby from Voss, where it died, where I was picking up the kids. And if he doesn't like it, I'm going to have to involve a lawyer, or TV2 helps you, or something like that. I don't know.
We are not expecting any problems there.
No, they're sucking it up big time, so it's okay.
Poor kids, by the way. They have to go up early in the morning,
So explain the rest of this story.
travel by train. Then we are supposed to come and pick them up. They sit and wait for us in the cafe. We don't get there as soon as we promised. They call us. They get confused and annoyed messages about dying cars. Then they are sitting on the cafe and they're sitting there, and then we come kind of kick in the door and go, "Hey, bastards, run! We have to catch the bus."
After we walked from where the car died, just outside the mechanics, and then we walked from downtown or from the mall in Voss down to near the train station, but not near enough.
Yeah.
Train and bus station. Okay, I'm gonna walk around a little bit though. If you want to drink some more, okay.
I want to drink.
You want to drink some more? We'll stare at this.
I don't want to not drink and be cold.
Okay, fine. We'll look out the window at the beautiful. There's the church over there, by the way, which I think the model was being after.
No, that was the model of the monastery. The monastery is out on the
See, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, continue with the story. What happened? We find the kids.
We actually do miss the bus with about a minute. But the bus driver is nice enough to stop when he sees frantic Minnesotan, skinny Norwegian and 2 kids struggling through the snow with their luggage.
Yeah, we had to walk 4 blocks. We grabbed the kids. I looked at the thing on the app. It says that the bus will be here at 4:10. It is 4:04, and we are 4 blocks away. So we grab the kids' luggage and we haul ass all the way down there. I'm gulping for air. You, on the other hand, pulling up the rear.
Yeah, no, I kind of pride myself on not running, like ever.
Yeah.
There has to be a very, very pressing need for me to run.
Yeah.
It is...
I wonder if that's clear if I hold it out the window. I can do it this way. No, so I go and flag down the bus because it's leaving. There, yeah, it's a little clearer. It was leaving. Ended up, it was leaving, it sees us, but we had to run across the street and he stops a little further. No, it's just not focusing very well. That's okay. You can see it maybe better this way. Anyway. And then, as we get on the bus, I'm gulping for air, trying to tell him there were 4 of us. He asks me, are we going to Gudvangen? He said, Gudvangen? And I said, yes, Gudvangen. And I was still gulping for air and regretting 20 years worth of meals. And then I still tell him, I said, Gudvangen's going all the way to the end all the way to the end. And he's like, are you sure you're going all the way to the end? And then Karl kind of pulls up the rear there. Karl kind of comes around and pulls up the rear in full Viking gear with the gauntlet on and a gambeson and a cape and the Viking hat.
Yeah,
and...
it's not a gauntlet, it's a vambrace.
Okay, see, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I had been covering for Georg, so I decided that...
yeah, he was in England.
Why go half Viking? I can go massive overkill now because I'm supposed to be the richest man in the village. So I was wearing my gambeson and my vambrace, and thank fuck I wasn't wearing the helmet.
But when you get on the bus, the guy stops asking me if I'm sure I'm going all the way to the end of Gudvangen, and he's like, okay. Because what is there to do in Gudvangen? Kayak and Viking?
Yeah, yes, and kayak is seasonal. Viking is all the time.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, that's about it. You can always drink.
How's that beer going? You're starting to already sound a little happy.
It's 7.5% and really, really good.
You don't have to drink
And
it
I've
quickly.
been awake since Fussy tried to eat my bed this morning.
At 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fussy is an evil little cat who likes open skin. So unless I'm sleeping completely under the cover, he will find a piece of open skin somewhere,
Yep.
and then he will put his paw on it very gently. And when I get used to having the paw there, he will strike.
Yeah.
I think he is just doing the cuddle thing, when I am basically trying to pump out more milk, like kittens do on their mother.
Yeah.
But this is the idiot who can't control his claws at all. So it wakes you up very efficiently.
No, so then, okay, so we borrowed a car. We figured out after all the transportation available public is booked. Oh my God.
I was looking into, can we get to Bergen and get on the Hurtigruten?
Which is yeah. Well, look up Hurtigruten. It's beautiful.
Hurtigruten is basically like a
mini cruise?
it's a mini cruise that goes to Florø, Måløy, and then Ålesund. And it just keeps going until it's at
The top of the Norway?
Nordkapp.
Nordkapp, yeah, which is the North Pole, not the North, yeah, North Cape.
Yeah, that's the northernmost point in Norway. And it goes every day from Bergen. And you could get from Bergen to Måløy with that. It's expensive and you need a cabin because it leaves Bergen at 9 o'clock at night and it arrives Måløy at 7 in the morning. Then I looked into the express boat, the thing my sister is using today to get here. That's very fast passenger craft. But everything was either sold out or it was the routes just didn't work. I could buy a ticket for a bus and the bus will get there 15 minutes after the boat has left, type of thing. Then the only thing I came up with that kind of worked, and it didn't entirely work, was by changing buses 4 times, you could get to Måløy, Nordfjordeid og Bridja. And then you could get some kind of transportation from there. So I asked Karin, do you know somebody who can lend us a car? And she suggested our boss Toril, but she said, I don't really want to call her. And a little bit later she goes, I'll call Toril. And,
I just have to call her. I just have to, because 4 buses with kids who spent 6 hours just getting here on a train. Yeah, no, I have to read. We got to catch up too.
And Toril thankfully managed.
She has an extra car that they use because they own the hotel for their employees.
So now her husband is borrowing her car and we are borrowing his car.
Which is nicknamed?
The ashtray.
The ashtray. Nobody smokes in cars in Norway, but he does. But this is an older car. That's why you can
smokers smoke in cars in Norway because it's...
I think this is the only car I've seen with an ashtray in the last 10 years.
Yeah, Rune has had one too.
Yeah, but his car was from 1993.
He probably dropped it when he stopped smoking, but before that he used to have one.
Yeah. Yeah, he quit smoking, by the way. Yay, that was really impressive. Okay, I'm going to catch up on chat while you guzzle or swallow. He looks so happy out there. Look what you did to him. Okay, I'm going to stand outside while he...
right now.
Now.
Belgium and...
Lithuania. Yeah? Litauen.
I assume that's how you write it.
That's, yeah.
Are leading the bear race very clearly, and I would say you have the Belgians beat. But I'm having great hopes for the Estonians.
Did you have your beer there? No, I think we brought it in there, didn't we?
No, I don't think so, because there is a bag here.
Yeah, it might be. I might have put them in the back too, though. Oh yeah, you got it. No, yeah, so this is the one. Yeah.
I have this one from Vinmonopolet, which is Estonian.
Yep, the wine monopoly in Norway. That has it.
It's also.
Are you gonna drink that today?
Maybe.
I was gonna save that for next Saturday.
You should probably do it on YouTube so we can have it.
Yeah, no.
comparison.
You're at minute
of
39.
the-
You have to. And this is 7.3. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't have that till
but
next
the
Saturday.
Estonian one is 10.5.
Yeah.
So if this bottle was the size of this bottle,
You'd be
and
screwed.
it's actually drinkable, that's also
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
that
in
one's the
demand.
size of a car battery. You know, you save that one for next week, and we'll see how Estonia holds up. You have to wait. You have some Christmas beers you can drink with your father.
I've known 2 Estonians pretty well,
Yeah?
and that's weird people.
No? I think they're wonderful.
I like them too.
They play music, the ones that we have, the Vikings from Estonia.
The Estonians
In the village.
I've had dealing with was when I was
that's
at the
Latvian.
Teachers
Never mind.
Academy. I went there was an Estonian girl in my class who was married to a Norwegian man up at Bjørkedalen.
Yep.
And when I was playing role-playing games in Sogndal, there was this Estonian girl who just... there is this multinational line called Mountain to Fjord. It's geology, but it's kind of geology and sports kind of combined. So they climb mountains and walk in the mountains a lot.
Yeah.
And it's an international class, so they have people from fucking everywhere. And I had this Estonian girl, and she was a tiny little girl, and she smokes cigars, and she is a baroness in Estonia.
Wow.
She was a fun person.
Maybe her beer is good.
It's the way I understand it.
Yeah.
Estonia, they are independent, but they have occasionally been occupied by the Russians. First, Peter the Great takes Estonia,
Yeah.
and then, the very first thing that happens is that there is a schism in the Orthodox Church, where you have the old believers and the new believers. Katarina the Great is a new believer, and she basically throws all the old believers out of Estonia, out of Russia. And many of them just travel to Estonia because that's the first non-Russia place you get to when you get out of Russia.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of old believers living in Estonia. When Peter the Great takes Estonia, he doesn't want to kill all these people, like Catherine would have done without any hesitation.
Yeah.
So he basically builds churches everywhere. So they have churches that are super tiny, because these old believers are, for whatever reason, and I hope an Estonian can correct me if I get any of this wrong, they are mostly vegetable growers. They have these big greenhouses and they like to grow vegetables. That's their thing, kind of.
Yeah.
So they need kind of big territories. And he wants them to learn the new Orthodox religion, as envisioned by Catherine the Great.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to force them, so he just builds churches everywhere. And these churches are kind of designed for, because, okay, within walking distance of this church, we have like 7 families of new believers. So we need like 20 seats in this church. So the churches are super tiny and very cute. But another thing he does to kind of get Estonia into the fold is that he sends Russian nobles to basically rule over the Estonians. And this is where her family comes in. Because she is originally Russian, but she's a Russian from back when Peter the Great was Tsar of Russia. And he put her family and about 50 other families in baronies that basically control the Estonians. But these people turn out to turn more Estonian than Russian over time. So they learn to speak Estonian, and they kind of have stronger association with Estonians than they do with the Russians. And when the Russians go to communism, and these people are nobles, obviously you will be executed spectacularly by both Lenin and Stalin. So they have a tendency to be very Estonian in their mindset. And since communism, they passionately hate Russians. So the first girl I talked about, the one I went to school with, told a story. And she said that during the war, when Estonia was occupied by the Soviet Union, at Christmas time, everybody got a sack of potatoes. And the Russians were stupid, so
That's a good present.
they just ate all their potatoes and had a big party. And the Estonians are smart, so they kept their potatoes until spring, and then they planted them, so that they have potatoes basically forever. And she was using this story to explain why the Russians are stupid.
Ah,
So I couldn't help myself. I had to tell this story to the other Estonian girl, who's an Estonian Russian.
yeah.
And she is sitting there smoking her cigar, going, yes, but this woman you talk about, she is Estonian, right? They are peasants. All of them are peasants. Of course they know what to do with their potatoes.
Oh, God. So, by the way, your beer says strongest.
This
Audra
beer-
says it says strongest. Do you think that's living up to its name?
I like it.
You're drinking like battery pack. It's like a 2-liter can.
I feel warm.
God, Audra, you broke him again. Meanwhile, Anne added on to here too. I have to hold this one up. Let's see. Audra says it's called Strongest, and then there Belgium pipes in and says, Karl, you definitely have to come here on a beer trip. Although I wouldn't want to get blamed for making you addicted. No, he's a Saturday alcoholic apparently. That's why he has to wait until Saturday for Estonia. Okay.
Today I have. Today I'm alone, I would say. I've
Yeah,
been
no, you're
awake
alone.
since 7 o'clock when the cat's wake.
Yeah, and
with
you
me,
haven't had
then
anything. You haven't had a beer since last
I've
week.
been stressed out of my mind for most of the day, so.
Most of the week, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's been a stressful week. Okay, I'm going to step outside and so you can see a little bit more. I'll leave the window open so Karl can scream at us or giggle. Okay, then I can show you the other side here. And then I can catch up on chat a little bit here because it's behind. So that's the grocery store on the other side now. I think we've sent from behind there one time we sent, and you can see a statue of Saint Sunniva. That's behind back where we were before almost. We've also sent, you can't really see it, but right about there is a row of boathouses. You can see it on a previous thumbnail, I think. So we've sent from the church one time. And we've also sent way down there where that last little building is, because this is a long stretch of mountain. You just can't see it quite yet. But this is the ocean. And so we stood out there and Turkey Gate, and I basically ripped Karl a new asshole. I think that was like week 93. So that's kind of giving you an idea of where we are. But this is pretty much a lot of Selje. I think it might be blowing in the microphone, so I might have to go in again real quick. And the moon has a little glow around it. Okay, so then I'll catch up on chat here while we stare out at this wonderful... let's see, there. All the pretty lights, I better get out of the road. Okay, and hopefully it doesn't blow too much in the microphone, but I'll catch up here. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, and we need board game recommendations too. We bought a couple, so we're gonna have to play Secret Hitler, of course. Let's see, catching up. I've read that part. Ah! PJ says the board game is coming out. Oh yeah, the board game has come out, so she's got to go. See you, PJ. You have to tell us which game you were playing, by the way. Rummakuba I was going to buy, but Karl's family likes different kind of games. But that one, actually, I recommend. My family would play that in the United States. It's like Rummy, but with numbered domino kind of things. Okay. Nice that one's for tomorrow, she says, Karl, so you have it nice and easy. Albert is coming home now. Or is home now. Yay! Happy Christmas to you. Lille Julaften. PJ said, that was a fast game. My brother-in-law got called out to take blood to the hospital, so that game is delayed until he's back. Oh, wow. I hope the blood goes to a good cause, though. Let's see. I'll come back to the car so Karl can hear me a bit more. So, yeah. No, we need board game ideas. What other board game did we get, Karl? We've got Secret Hitler we brought with us. You brought a bunch of role-play games.
I brought just Cards Against Humanity and Secret Hitler.
Cards Against Humanity and Secret Hitler, yeah. And then I bought one for my kid today.
Role-playing games, I brought Vampire the Masquerade and Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, and the role-playing games he brought was Vampire the Masquerade and Call of Cthulhu, because we thought that might be more fun for my kids. I bought one for my kids today, so they have something to open up tomorrow because they basically just got money. Exploding Cats. This sounds fun.
Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens, yeah. So if you like explosions and you like kittens, apparently that's the game for you. I'm not sure how to play it. We're going to open up tomorrow.
It's a competitive card game Where you make your opponent's kittens explode.
It's say that again.
It's a competitive card game where you make your opponent's kittens explode.
You make your opponent's kittens explode.
And you use your own kittens as kamikaze bombers to explode.
Kamikaze kitten bombers.
It seems like fun. I watch a YouTube channel. I don't know if they are still active. I haven't seen them for a long time, but it's called Bear and Board Games.
Beer and board games, not bear.
Yeah, they're doing what we do, but it's bear instead of it's board games instead of Viking.
Yeah.
And they get really, really drunk and play games like Exploding Kittens.
You guys have some very interesting games over there, says Suze. I have no idea where that game comes from originally.
It's American.
It has to be because it's written in English. The instructions, of course, have the Scandinavian, whatever languages over here, but the title of the game is in English, and Norwegians will keep it in English if it was originally, often.
Oh.
Yeah?
Well, what's the name of the state?
I'll go back in. Anyway, one more quick look. Oh, this is the Roadhouse behind us, / library / yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'll go in. That's the one that's behind us.
I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think the company that produces Exploding Kittens are from Michigan.
Are they from Michigan?
I believe so, but I'm
are they
not
from
sure.
the UP or the mainland? There's a difference.
Fucking find out.
M&M comes from what, the mainland?
But I remember the Bear and Board Games people are from that area.
Yeah?
And they basically gave them the game for free to basically give them a recommendation. And because this is a bunch of drunken assholes, they're basically going, do you think we like your game just because you give it to us for free? Yeah, maybe.
Your impression is very realistic.
I look like a drunk Michiganian.
I don't think your father is getting any of that beer. Jeez.
No, he can have some.
If there's anything left. Okay, I gotta catch up.
This is a liter. There's enough left to send him to this... to lift him up to this level, so to speak.
Okay, I gotta catch up a little bit. Yeah, I like this one too. Big yarn sounds like a swear word. Big yarn means the builder. Yeah. But yeah, it does sound like a big yarn. Jeez. You made Karl laugh, PJ. Okay. Albert's got a glass of sake. I think he's kicking your butt over there. He's going for the good stuff. I brought some Baileys with me, the salted caramel kind, so I could have that for New Year's because I can't drink the beer and wine. Drea says, my great-great-great-grandpa came from Huftroy Island to the United States. Do you know that one, Karl? Huftroy.
Can I see
looks
the
like
spelling?
Huftroy, if I'm reading that right with my glasses.
Huftroy Island.
Huftroy.
From the spelling, I would say it doesn't look Norwegian, but...
I'm guessing the O is originally an with O with a line through it. Oi. Huftroy, because it sounds like Huft Island.
Huftroy Island.
Hufter Island? Hufter. That sounds like Ufta. He came from Ufta Island.
If I'm just operating by the sounds, I would say Sunnmøre somewhere.
Oh, that's not too far from here, actually. It's about 2 hours.
Well, you get to the close... I can walk. It's 8 kilometers to the border. So I could walk to Sunnmøre.
From here? Oh, yeah, the county, though, but not the city.
No, not that city, because I've never heard about it before, so I don't know where it is. But it might also be a different spelling.
Max says, I'm not sure what I can make for Christmas gifts for my relatives last minute. That scarf, if you understand how that scarf or shawl worked, you just make it as many repeats as you want in the length. That's actually really quick as long as you don't have a yarn that is this fuzzy acrylic static electric core wrapped yarn. Anyway, if you're just using regular wool, you can even use a looser stitch if you want to, but that actually goes really quick because it's just like you do 10 chain stitches, or you just count 1 2 3 4 5 10, and then you do 5 and then 10 and then 5, and you just keep going. And if you think the ends look really confusing, just cut the thread and start a new row, and you'll just have loose fringes and you don't have to deal with those loops.
I actually need to know how to spell this one. How do I pronounce the name of this thing?
You're gonna have to send it to him. The Birzichny.
Yeah, I know Birzichny, but this is...
Audra, for the fun yarn, by the way, on the she managed to get silver thread, but didn't get around to needle binding with it. I'll just sew silver around that. That counts. You don't necessarily have to needle bind it, but yeah, she'll sew silver around the cuffs and the neck and That's going to be really good. That's a good idea. There's no rule that says you have to needlebind in the color of the month challenge. You just have to use it.
End up like this with the beer from that particular country.
Outer knows what she's doing. And you still have 2 more beers in the fridge, I think, from her. 1 or 2 more. I know you have at least 1 more, but that's in Sharping. That's back in Gudvangen. So they can see you're so happy. There's Anders Hovland, the one with all the tattoos. He's the one that said we need to go to... There were some places, monastery bars in Belgium that you got to go to too.
Yeah. No, Belgium is...
It's getting on the map there for you. So you have to do both. Okay, let's see. I have to flash up here a bit because PJ says, my sister was going on about something called Exploding Kittens. Well, now we know what it is. I didn't know what it was before. Lindsay says, code names is fun. I was asking him for games. Code names. We have to look that one up. We have some very interesting games over there, yeah. The sound keeps going out. It might have been because I was outside or because if we are facing the camera, the microphone works better this way. But if Karl is on the front of the camera...
Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, but if Karl is facing my phone...
Hello, 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 hello.
So there you go. I don't know why it is, but it's only YouTube. For some reason, my front-facing mic works better than my... I probably have an update I need to do. But haven't gotten around to it. So hopefully that would fix it. Drea says, card games, spoons, presidents and assholes, or, janitors. That one I've heard of before. We have to look that.
Yeah.
They're card games, though. These are...
If I remember correctly...
I remember presidents and assholes or presidents and janitors.
Yeah, that's from...
And spoons. I remember spoons.
You can play that with an ordinary deck of cards. Right?
Yeah,
you
those
don't
are
really
card
need
games.
Anything else.
No, that's ordinary deck of card games, yeah. But I remember learning spoons as a kid. I
think we called that Boms och President.
Yeah, you know that one. You have a Norwegian?
I don't remember it, but it was a game we used to play. So back in the time when
Karl is tipsy.
just before I started drinking. So I would say like when I was 14.
Yeah. Maybe no beer games for him today. Let's see. Albert says, I have Yule mead and beer, and I have some akavit from Eger I look forward to try. We were going to get the Eger brewery makes an akavit, and we were thinking about that because Eger brewery is from Flom, which is right next to Gudvangen, so we got to support them.
Yeah. No,
they have really good stuff too, actually.
Do I understand their story, their project? Yeah. They are trying to move up to the higher alcohol contents, like cognac, whiskey, and akavit. Mm-hmm. And they have the facilities for it, but it's tricky being Norwegian and trying to make alcohol because you have to sell all of it through the Vinmonopolet, and it's dickish as all hell.
Ticket to Ride. I remember playing that one with the... Hannah's a little bit late, so they're just in Mol, I know, so we have a little bit extra time, which is good because there's a lot of stuff to get through in the next 2 minutes, so then we have a little extra time.
But we only have to go like back there to pick her up.
Yeah, they're right. She's like gonna arrive just on the other side of that building.
With the express boat, when we were out at the pier, we were basically where she is going to arrive.
Okay.
Also, because other people are going to pick up their relatives at the same place. Another reason I don't want to walk around drunk with a bear in my hand.
You cannot help her carry any bags. Audra says, happy Karl! That's some very good emojis. Candyland, Shoots and Ladders, watch everyone cheat. Oh, I used to play Shoots and Ladders. That's Stigaspiel in Norwegian.
Yeah, but...
The ladder game. It's not called Shoots and Ladders in Norwegian. Stigaspiel.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but...
Yep. Ticket to Ride, I remember we played that at the school that I worked at with the kids that were fourth graders.
Ticket to Ride forces you to think a little bit as far as I remember.
Candyland, I remember that one. You have to get stuck in molasses swamp. I have not seen Candyland in Norway, or maybe not in a long time anyway, but that was a fun one. Don't get stuck in molasses swamp. I remember the commercials from the 70s and 80s. I'm dating myself here. He also says that, by the way, Albert says that Eger has a great gin that is 60%. Holy crap. Your father might like that, though. He likes gin.
Oh, yeah.
Lindsay says, my brother and his friends invent full contact spoons where the spoons are at the other end of the dorm hallway from the group. Oh my God, that would be fun. Clue is a fun. I used to love that game too. That one you can get here.
I have a little bit of a digression.
Okay,
if I may.
digress if you must.
When I started playing role-playing games, it was mostly through a game called RuneQuest.
Yeah.
And in RuneQuest, the trolls in this particular universe, they have a ball game they played called Troll Ball.
Yeah.
And in Troll Ball, the objective, think of it as American football, but the objective is to get the living part of a trollkin, which is the smaller type of troll, across the goal line.
There's some games.
And
too.
some people who do live role-playing games were kind of... I read the rules for it because I tried to do this in Sogndal, but I didn't get it to work really. You can play this game live. Troll Ball, that is, not RuneQuest. And there was this fantastic article written by some American role-playing group that is a little bit more serious than we were back in the days. And I said, they basically made the rules for how to play Troll Ball live and how to use the magic with cards and how to throw dice and how to do everything. And then they go, as for the ball, we would recommend using a ripe melon or maybe an...
Ripe, not rape. Oh, the light went on. Excuse me while he translates that. There you go.
Do not do what we did the first time by using a small of stature Australian card... what's the name? Magic the Gathering Geek.
Oh, yeah.
Because they might sue you.
You ready for the next? I got a couple more things to get out here before the thing gets here. Hoofdauroy. It's Hoofdauroy. It was autocorrected. Hoofda, like Hoofda. But H-U-F-T-A. That's something actually Norwegians say with the Hoofda.
It sounds like a Norwegian place,
the
but I
American
can't place it. I
Minnesotans.
don't know where it is.
Yeah, so Hoofdauroy. And she wrote a little bit more. Let's see, further down. Oops, a little too far down. Google, she tried to check Google. It doesn't give her much information about Hoofdauroy Island and its history and culture, though. So maybe that's something for you to
Do you know
look up.
which part of Norway it is in?
That would be good to know.
So if you know where it is, it is easier to find out.
Here's Max, by the way, saying I could use Copton or Tarum stitch for the summer, since I'm pretty sure that stitch would let the cool air flow. Definitely, I think that would too. It works like it's pretty much like a stockinette stitch in knitting, except for it's twisted. Max says, I wonder what Russian stitch is the most common used in Norway and Sweden. I have no idea, but I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say I would bet Telemark, because there's a region in Norway called Telemark. And they're actually showing that stitch in one of these old museum footages from...
Do you mean most used
black and white days?
Today or most used historically?
That's a good... I would just say historically, like in general, total.
Maybe yes, but then again, the problem is that archaeologists have a tendency to name an entire period after one find in one region.
Oh.
So you have things like the Vandal. You have the things like the
Vandal
Urnes
stitches,
style. Yeah. It's named after one stave church, but it's a style that was basically used bloody everywhere.
Oh yeah, the brooches they're calling Urnes style dragon, but it's not
so
the exact one on the door.
It may or may not.
There's no stitch called Urnes, by the way. That I know of.
No, I'm not talking about stitches. I'm talking about
I
terminology.
know, but there is a stitch called Vandal stitch.
Yeah, how they make up names. So the entire time period that we call migration period in Norway is called Vandal period in Sweden because of the finds in Vandal that basically shows this style. But it's not the only place where you had this style in the Viking Age or before the Viking Age, as the case might be. It's just named from this place because you have some really great finds from that place.
Yeah.
It's like if the English decided to call the time before the Viking Age the Sutton Hoo time. They don't, by the way, but if they did, it wouldn't be only in the Sutton Hoo find you find that style. You find
No.
it fucking everywhere because that's the
Well,
style
that's like
of
we
the
got
time.
Roman things in Norway they've been finding because they're brought back. But it's a...
Yes,
Yeah.
but we have in Norway we kind of use a little bit. I have to.
Don't go too long.
I'm
We're
not
in
trying
overtime
to.
here, pal.
I'm not trying to piss on the Swedes right now.
Oh, of course you're not trying to piss
But,
on anybody.
In Norway, you have the older Roman Iron Age, younger Roman Iron Age, migration period, Viking Age. In Sweden, you have something like older Roman Viking Age, younger Viking Age, younger Roman Iron Age, Vandal period, Viking Age. Because of the finds in Vandal is so iconic that I basically...
I'm just realizing I think I did the stitch in a rush. This one. No, I used finish 2 + 2. Okay. Now these wrist warmers with the fingers. You can find the pattern on my Instagram. But I made these a long time ago for Karl before we were even dating, and I thought for a minute I suspected it was a Russian stitch, but it's not. It's finished 2 + 2.
So
This is 2 pieces, by the way.
what I'm
not the same.
saying is...
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know much about needle binding, but if a stitch is called telemark, it doesn't necessarily mean that telemark is the central area for that stitch. It just means that some iconic find is made in telemark with the stitch.
Actually, they did find one in the Telemark area, and that's how it got its name, I believe.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't quote me 100%, but
also,
Andecker would know, but I'm pretty sure that's where it came from.
When it comes to things like needle binding, I don't know how many finds you have to begin with.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like the Vandal period, well, that was basically the culture of Sweden or the eastern part of Scandinavia at that time.
Yeah.
It's not specific for the Vandal area, but the Vandal area is where you have the finds, so that's why you put the name on it.
By the way, another interesting thing, though, along those same lines is Dalby and Telemark stitch are done the exact same way. It's just that the leader yarn is put over the needle on Telemark and under the needle. No, other way around. Over the needle, on Dalby, but under the needle on Telemark. So that one little difference, but otherwise pretty much the same stitch, but yet it has 2 different region names.
A similar example of the same thing is Neanderthal.
Yeah?
Neanderthal is Neander Valley in German. So in the Neander Valley, you find the remains of the Neanderthal human. But you kind of get the idea that, okay, was that their capital? Was that their central area of existence? Did they exist more energetically there than they did anywhere else? It's just that you name it after the find. And
Yeah.
the find may or may not be the central area of the thing.
Roger's having breakfast with Karin and Karl. He's in California, so of course he is. Welcome to 7 o'clock. It's pretty dark here. There was another one. Yeah, PJ says they also used to play, they often play Rummy Cub, but today they're going to try a new game involving red herrings. Oh, this sounds very good for Norway. That you have this thing for herrings over here. They're actually really good. I don't want to admit that, but they are. And there was some, let's see, there's a bit more here. Drea's got a good question for you, which I'm going to save to last because I know you long-winded person need some time.
Now, so
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting answer.
Too long.
There you go. Drea says, I like Exploding Kittens, Yahtzee, Cards Against Humanity, Settlers of Catan. We have that one too, but we didn't bring it. Trouble. Oh, Trouble, I forgot about. That was a good one. And Gone Fishing. And let's see. If we go down, there's some more. I just picking some things out. Yep, that's the Drea question that we have to get to in the end there. Let's see. I think I pretty much caught up. There was, oh yeah, Sheriff of Nottingham is my favorite group game, if you can find that. I remember that, hearing about that one, but I can't remember what it was. You look happy. Hufteroy is in Austevoll in Vestland County. Austevoll in Vestland.
Okay.
Oh, you got some homework to do.
I feel the need to Google this.
Arlene says, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week. It will be on Saturday. Yep. Sue says, my favorite stitch is Oslo, but 2 on the thumb instead of 1. Is there a name for that version? It'd be either Faubourg or Mammen. Or Mammen is also the same as Corgan. Mammen and Corgan are the same, but it depends on how you're connecting the yarn that changes. But that would be, you're taking two, for Mammen and Corgan, you have 2 loops behind your thumb, but you come and go forward with 1. But if you have 2 loops on the front of your thumb and you go only 1 behind, that's Faubourg. So there's a little bit of a difference there. But those are nice stitches to make things just a little bit thicker. Garcia says, God jul and see you next time. Yes, definitely. Yep, yeah, so Max thinks it's also Faubourg. So it depends on where those two loops are. If you take the 2 loops and then turn and go through 1, it's Mammen or Corgan. If you take 1 loop and then turn and go through 2 loops, then it's Faubourg. You can find some of that on Neulach and tot.fi if I'm not killing it. Okay, now we have to get Andrea's question because your sister's going to be here soon. Up. Dre actually sent a comment on Messenger actually, a little bit about it. Where did it go? Let's see. A little bit. No, maybe it was further down here. I will find it. It's a Christmassy question, you know, if you think about this one. There we go. I have been looking more into this Santa thing. Who is Santa, Thor, or Odin? If you remember, she mentioned something. I can't look at it now without stalling YouTube, but she had a question that she said something for next week that might be thought of. I know the first thing you said, it's absolute wank. Go ahead. Santa, Thor, or Odin?
Neither.
Karl is a little drunk, just so you know.
It's Saint Nicholas.
This is St. Nicholas.
Yes.
Is Santa, yeah.
This should be common knowledge.
But what about the ties into Thor and Odin?
There is none. The thing is...
we lost you again. Turn on the light here. There we go. Yep.
This is something that is in the category of I want to believe.
Yeah?
People who believe kind of in the Old Norse mythology or are neo-pagans have a tendency to really want to have the Viking imprint on modern things to be a lot bigger than it actually was. Like, Odin is Santa Claus because
of the All-Father thing?
Odin's horse had 8 feet and Santa had 8 reindeer. Proof. No, really, no.
No? What about Thor? He had some minor anger management issues. He would make a great Santa.
And clearly Santa has anger management issues.
No.
Santa's primary goal in the universe is to go and kill all the Jotnir.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good for Santa to do.
Obviously, all cultures kind of melt together in a way.
Yeah.
So it is possible, but that some of the things that go into Santa comes from Old Norse mythology. But it is much more likely that it comes from kind of the ideal landscape of farmers and city dwellers that are Christian and live in the 1700s. It's not likely that a lot of... Because remember, Santa Claus wasn't a thing in any way until fairly recently. It's not like people right after the Viking Age all of a sudden had Santa Claus. They have Christmas that they take super seriously as a religious holiday that you don't fuck around with at all.
I'm going to move the car. You hold this.
And also because it's in the middle of the winter, the borders between the living and the dead are weakened. So it's a scary time of year. So I think that...
Yeah?
I'm very drunk and you give me this question now.
Raymond, yeah, no, I had to put it at the end. Raymond also said Father Christmas is what they used to call Santa when he was a kid. Actually, I agree with that too. I remember that.
Yeah, no, it is...
There's a really interesting book called Santas of the World, by the way, but that has nothing to do with Odin and Thor, unfortunately.
There is too much of a break between the emergence of Santa Claus and the disappearance of the Old Norse gods for me to think that they have anything to do with each other. But if any kind of evidence could be put forward to support that, I would be very interested.
Yeah, it'd be
But,
interesting to see.
Right now, I just don't see the evidence. I see a lot of wishful thinking from
Oops, sorry.
mostly neo-pagans.
Ooh, it's got a noisy old car. And then, yeah, no, there's a comment in there. I don't know if you can read it. You might have to hold it still. I'm bouncing him around, but we're just moving the car to his
I
sister's 10 minutes.
can't read.
I'll read it in a second. It's from Sue's. But she's on this side is where the boat is coming in, yes?
Yeah, just
Yep,
go back
just
down
where
where we were and we'll find my sister.
We'll find your sister. Does she know you've been drinking?
No,
God.
but she will find out, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
Amro said, look for Chimay. I thought we had that on YouTube, but we may not have. But I know you bought it.
I pointed at it at the Vinmonopolet
No, because
today.
we have it. It's in the refrigerator, but maybe that's why. It's in the refrigerator or it's in the YouTube box.
I seem to remember it as being good. Might be even better than Duel.
There's a lot of people waiting for people here.
Yeah.
Let's back up. There we go. Okay. There we are.
Oh, I can only see the YouTube timer thing.
Yeah, no, we're way
what's
over
the
now
time?
because your sister should be here in a minute. That's why I moved the car. Okay, so then I will catch up on Sue's comment here, and then we got to get our butts in gear, but we will be back on, I guess it's the 30th, whenever the next Saturday is. I need to see those, says Drea. Okay, so you have to help her out. Sue says there are some really fun Christmas horror movies that depict Santa as the Old Norse god, and they're rather entertaining. I've seen some of those too, actually. I forgot the name of them, but I think one is called Violent Night, but I might be mistaken.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Well, we got Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyway, but yeah, no, you do need to see them. My mom got me this book once called the Santas of the World, and it was really quite cool to see. Some of them even were blue. Drea says, Odin, know if you were good or bad. He went on a wild hunt, Christmas purge Santa, or Jotner. Okay, now we really got to go though, because his sister's going to be here soon.
Santa.
And I have to pour him out of the car.
Odin would solve that problem, I'm pretty sure.
Say goodbye, Karl. We'll see you Saturday.
Goodbye,
6 o'clock.
Karl. We'll see you Saturday.
Look what you did to him, Audrey. You broke him again. Okay, bye. Merry Christmas. Be good.
Can we move to Lithuania?
You cannot move to Lithuania.